Alright guys, continuing on with this project. Didn't get a chance to work on it yesterday or do any video because I never even really made it down here. One of my customers brought he's a car hauler, he brought his PACCAR MX-13. I know I'll never hear the end of that, but it's an EPA 10. We're going to overhaul that truck engine, but he's a car hauler and he brought his personal pickup with him to take back to his house. He lives a ways away from here, and anyway, he needed an oil cooler, and it was an 06 6-liter Power Stroke, so we did the oil cooler. We spent all day yesterday doing that, and got the oil cooler done, but it wasn't running right. We thought we had ICP sensors. Long story short, we thought we had it fixed last night, but he got out of town yesterday evening and it was acting up still, so he came back down and stayed the night, and then we addressed the issue this morning. And what happened is, when we had all that stuff apart, we got something in the oil system, and then it got in the IPR valve and was hanging the IPR up. And thank God he had another IPR valve, which I've got like 4 of them back there, good ones. And we put another IPR in it this morning, and everything ran like a top. So anyway, okay, here's where we are. Here's what I did not video. So here's the line bundle. Of course, you know, you pull all the fittings loose on the front and cap all this stuff, and then you'll have to take the hold down brackets and stuff off and just basically lay it to the side, and then you can get that air cleaner assembly out of there and get it out of your way. And you'll have to take a couple of these lines off here, this runs your fan. This is your fan control valve. Okay, so I got these capped here. And then break loose and take all the bolts out of your coupler here. And come over here and show you what we got going on here. Got the fan unbolted, laying in the shroud. And then that'll come up when we pull the engine. So here's the deal. Okay, so all the bolts are out of here. Okay, that attach this part to this part. So John Deere has a bunch of special lifting brackets that go down between. This is a twin turboed engine, okay, and they have a special lifting bracket that goes down in here. Well, I do not possess that. So what I'm in the process of doing right now is my whole take on this is, when I do these, we're doing the engine anyway, you know, so just I just pull the whole twin turbo assembly. I just pull all the shit off. It's coming off there anyway, and then I can put my big lifting eye and a bolt right in here and get a hold of it. And the same thing on the front end. There's a bunch of the stuff here that we'll pull off that's got to come off anyway, and we're gonna disconnect this exhaust pipe right here anyway. But and then we're gonna remove this exhaust pipe up to where the turbo is. But we'll pull a bunch of this crap off the front too, so we can get a bolt and a lifting eye in the front, and we'll grab a hold of it and pull it out of there. Alright, I got a hold of it. We'll see. Got a strap there in the front, and I got 2 on the back. Why isn't that one straightening up? Hang on, I don't like that. Cut off on her a little bit. I know, I'm kind of stretched out there. I'm wondering if I ought to back up a little more and boom up a little more or something. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, these aren't that heavy, but no, I like that a little better right there. Okay. So there's 24 bolts in this thing. Do I have all those out of there? I mean, I don't think there's... I'm gonna count them. What the hell did I do with them all? Here's all the bolts that come out of it, alright? All these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Did I miscount? Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Did I miss one somewhere? Yep. See, right there. Glad I didn't start pulling on it real hard. That would have been a disaster. The book said there was 24 of those, so where is my cheater at? Kind of like to have that, to be honest with you. Let me thread these back in. I just pulled this secondary fan sheave off. It's just easier, you know. Just more room. Like I say, all the shit's got to come off anyway. So there's the cheater right there. That old Rudy give me, one of my viewers. Had a kick, you know. It's. I had an outfit that called me for years, you know. I worked on their tractors, and all of a sudden they kind of changed. I don't know what to really. Oh, I already broke it loose. I see. They didn't really change ownership, but one side of the family took over, and all of a sudden they quit using me because I was a no good son of a bitch to that side of the family or something. It's obvious to see that they've already had probably some hard experiences with the competition, and all of a sudden they said, "We want you to work on our tractors again." I wonder what I did on that last one. I got a bar right in there and I popped it loose. It was stuck. So let's see what happens. I know all the bolts are out now on the damn thing, so got pretty good tension on it. So hang on a second. Sometimes you forget the little tricks that you did on the last one. So here, oh, and here's another trick that I remember. Don't leave that in there, because if it swings to the side, there goes the dipstick and it's done. So what we got to do here is, I'll tell you what I did. And it just took me a little while to remember what I did last time. I had the same problem last time of it picking up, because this piece that I'm chained to is not centered on the front, so it picks it up not square. So you get a bar right up under here, a big bar, and then pry it up, and then take a small bar on each end and do the same thing and put them in here and wedge them past the dowels. And once you get past the dowels, then you can pick it up. You don't want it hanging on that dowel and picking up crooked and just keep picking up. It'll break the block. So yeah, let's just walk around and look things over here. Oh, this thing's going to be problematic. What am I going to do with this? There's the oil pump and all that good shit. How do they have this thing? Oh, this blow-by tube they put on there is kind of screwing me up. Hang on. That's, I don't put it back down. When the suspension went down, it wedged that blow-by tube in here. Might have to take it off up there. Let me see if I can pull this through. I got it. Alright, there it is. I got it out. Okay. So this line. Make sure. Hold on, I need two hands. Pickup tubes are so long on these things. Go walk around the other side, make sure I'm not hanging on anything. open the doors, let some of the smoke out of here. It's gonna asphyxiate me pretty soon. Turn the heater off. I don't know why these things do that. Let's sit there and just start going round and round and round on you. It's like the cable gets a twist in it and then it's just got to untwist itself or something. Okay, she's out. She's on some stands right now. I'm gonna start disassembling that thing, but here is basically the frame oil pan type assembly right here. So, need to clean that all out. Clear up into here. I don't really see any metal in the system. Of course, here's your pan gasket. I had it loose here somewhere. That'll get replaced. So anyway, yeah, they're kind of a unique design the way these are set up. I had a guy drop. I'm so overwhelmed, guys, with work right now. I got that PACCAR out there to do. Then I got a Peterbilt, and he called me this yesterday. You know, he leases on to some company, and they got some prick down there that, you know, he's trying to score brownie points with the owners of the company that, and he's got a toolbox about the size of that, about the size of that right there, and now he's IR mechanic. You know, so he's in charge of inspecting the trucks, and then he inspects this truck, and the ABS lights on the dash, and Kevin had just had it inspected, you know, from a CHP, a commercial cop CHP, and the commercial cop got in there in the cab, and he says, "Yeah, I ain't worried about that ABS." He says, "The brakes still work; they apply." So anyway, so he passed him and he had a sticker, but that's not good enough for this guy though. You know, he's gonna show you, and so he put his truck as an out of service thing and unloaded him and made him unload it. So anyhow, some of these people get a little bit of authority and they get on these power trips, you know, and they just, I couldn't do it. That's probably the reason I am by myself, because I have a real hard time putting up with nonsensical bullshit. And I probably would have went to jail, because I probably would have punched him in the throat and kicked him in the face. You know, I can't take that kind of stuff. I really can't. You know, of all you people that put up with that nonsense, you know what? You know, you're better people than I am. So that's all I can say. Well, now, basically, we've got to get all the more nonsense off, like EGR coolers, air throttling, intake horn and valve, and, you know, EGR crossover tube, all that stupid stuff anyway. So I don't even know if I'll video that. I'll probably just get down, and when we get down and we get the valve cover off and we get down to the stuff that we're really interested in, that's probably what we'll do, because all this stuff to me is just like, you know, oh man. I just sometimes, I know I'm bitching, but I wish we could just go back to the way it was. I mean, you'd pull an engine out like this, and you just had a block, and you had some injection lines and a valve cover. You know, I mean, you can't even see the valve cover. It's all this new stuff's like that. It's not just John Deere, it's all. And I don't know, sometimes I think that maybe we shouldn't blame John Deere and blame all these other manufacturers. To me, then I think on the other hand, you know, you should blame them, because I think it goes back to up there in Congress and the Senate and lobbying. And you're telling me all these special favors that these lobbyists do for all these guys, they can't lobby these guys to... So the lobbying power for the climate activists must outweigh the lobbying power for the manufacturer. That's one aspect I thought about. And maybe the other aspect is maybe they don't want to lobby against this. Maybe the manufacturers want this garbage shit on here because they can sell more parts and make more money. You know? So, I don't know. Just pick your evil, I guess, huh? let's get the ECM off the side of it. Okay, trying to remember what size Torx that was. Not your daddy's shotgun, cowboy. Alright, what it is on my Torx. Such of other things. Yeah, I think this is gonna suffice. Hi, Josie, what are you guys doing? Hi, girlies. I know. All work, no play, huh? You had best get your head and your ass wired together before I take a giant shit on you, boy. Hi, Dukas. I know, it's hard to beat a good old dog, ain't it? What size do we got here? Mm-hmm. Get in there nice and deep like. Uh-huh. I was gonna take it outside and wash it off, but then I wanted to actually do it just to get people wound up. I love it. All the OCD clean freaks, I just wanted to get them all Twitter-pated. It's kind of nice knowing that these people probably, on account of me, lose sleep at night over some of the things that I do, and it bothers them so bad. I like it, I really do. I doubt that that is a very cheap piece of junk right there. Yeah. Okay. So, where'd that one come from? Right there? I was gonna say there should be little retainer type washer, whatever the hell they call them, on both sides, like such. Kind of like a GM Duramax with its Thickum fuel injection control module. If you didn't know what that acronym stood for. Okay, more garbage to take off. Clamps and hold downs and wires and oh my, oh my. A plethora of shit. I'm just gonna take this bracket. Sometimes it's just easier to take. What was that fell off the other side? I'm not certain. Guess I will worry about that in a little bit. Do they use coolant to go through the, John Deere doesn't do like Cummins. John Deere does not use an ECM cooling plate. Cat uses ECM cooling plates as well, but apparently John Deere says they don't need that. We are smarter than you are, Cummins and Caterpillar. We will not put an ECM cooling plate on there. Okay. Is that all that's holding that on there? Is them 2 bolts? Is that it? Really? No. What do we got back here? We got some bolts buried in the grease back here, son. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. The guy that brought the car hauler, I was trying to explain to him some of my voices, and some of them come from Sling Blade, and some of them come from as that movie Lonesome Dove. I cannot get on that one there because of this apparatus here. The hose is in the way. Okay. What do we got to do to get this gargantuan pile of poo out of the way? Poo-poo. Pile of poo-poo. So let's take this here clamp, kind of go in the middle there, or maybe that one too. Oh yeah, I like the way that comes off of there like that. Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff there, yeah. I need something that is stronger. I don't know about this. Not really sliding down the tube like I was expecting it to. I was able to get it though. I adapted and I overcome. Oh, how do you say that? Okay, man, did you build that heavy enough for hold a little good grief. Overkill on that bracket, that 50-pound bracket to hold up a 4-pound module. It's crazy how these engineers, they'll do one thing that it's so insignificant, you know, and way under-engineered, you know. They'll put some little brace thing up there like this, it's holding up a major component and it'll break, and you're constantly tack welding it together or building something heavier, but then they'll do something like that and build this 50-pound bracket to hold this 4-pound module up. I mean, I guess it's pretty important, I guess, if you think about it. I guess you don't want that thing too thin and bouncing and tearing up a $4,000, $5,000 module. So I guess I kind of understand that. So I guess you got to think about it in different ways. All right. This here hose is yeah. This here hose wires. Best unplug them wires out there like I said. That boy, he must not be on his meds today. Yeah, I joke around a lot because you gotta joke around doing this crap. You go crazy, man, if you didn't have some kind of levity into the situation. You know? Let's put these back on there so I don't lose track of them, because I put them on the other. Wait a second. I don't know sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking. What are you doing? These go on the harness. Okay. They just kind of pop back on there. Something wrong with your medulla oblongata. This one didn't pop on there. What's your problem there? Get up and kick you in the teeth. Did it lock or unlock? What's it doing here? Oh well, it'll stay on there for now. It's obviously going to have to come back off anyway. Okay, chain probably needs to come out of the way. It's a shame that, you know, I was trying to explain this to one of my viewers the other day. We talk on the phone every now and then. And he doesn't understand, and he does now though, that a lot of the comments that I try to reply back, and if I say anything that these Bolsheviks don't like, bam, they just removed, they removed the creator's comment, the reply. That is how, if that is not a form of censorship, I mean, the police state, or the nanny state, I don't know what you want to even call it. I mean, or you can't say anything. I mean, it's pathetic anymore. It really is. It's just disgusting to see where all this is going. These people are so sensitive about everything. I hear dogs barking, and my dogs are outside, so who knows what the hell's going on out there. Better go. Oh, hey! Come on! Don't go over there. Just because them guys don't take care of their animals doesn't mean you're going to go over there and be a fool like they are. You're going to be over here where I can watch you. I actually give two shits about my animals. I just don't let them roam all over town so they can get run over and not care, you know. It's crazy. Crazy how these guys take care of their animals, man. It's just, they just turn them loose and they're just running everywhere. What? What are you whining about? You sound like a truck driver. You know what the difference between a truck driver and a puppy is? In 6 months, the puppy will quit whining. I tell all my trucker buddies that. Well, okay, we're gaining. One bracket, one wire at a time. All right, I think this gargantuan mess here is coming off now. Okay, I got a text or something. I got a guy with a 7.3 power stroke, and this is one of the main reasons I don't like to work on a lot of automotive stuff. What I've noticed is these automotive, you start dealing with the automotive crowd, and they are so impatient. They think that the only thing you've got going on is what they've got broke down, you know, and they'll never leave you alone about shit. And this guy is really starting to get on my nerves. And I just messaged him a minute ago, and I said, if you're in a big screaming hurry, come get your shit. Take it somewhere else. Oh, no, I'll leave you alone. Yeah, that's why you're messaging me every 5 minutes. How's it going? Where is my 15 millimeter at? I lay it right, I laid it right there on top of that there valve cover. Oh yeah. I got to pull filters off to find out where the, oh, we hit one right here. Oh my God, that looks like it's gonna come loose now. Not that. I'm sure there's something I forgot. Oh yeah, I did. I forgot. Got a couple wires right here. And the old wire right there. Oh yeah. Get off there now, like I said. A wire right there. What else is hooked on there that I forgot? I had another fuel line or two on there. Couple fuel lines. Reckon I'll take them off too. This son of a bitch. So, they're not really wanting to come off. Because the whole fitting's turning on me there, so let me find a 3/4. Yeah, I'm starting to see the remnants of an engine here. Maybe. Oh yeah, I got you now, cupcake. Yeah. That'll learn you. Give him a good learning. I reckon here, this one here looks like both of the fittings are the same size, and they did not make it very convenient to get to that one. Okay. I'm going to tell you what this here feller's going to do. I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to try to get her off there without too much of a fuss and a fight. I'm going to use my air hammer. And most of the time that will just kind of vibrate that little fitting loose. You hit her right on the flat. Works like a charm most of the time. Let's see. Okay, maybe. Let's try a different apparatus here. Let's try a sharper object to kind of grab it. Let's try this thing here. There it goes. Okay, now the whole fitting is not turning. I like it when a plan comes together, man. Still is not very easy. I'm wondering if I put one of these bolts in, just tighten it up. It would get it back in the right spot where it just spin on me, maybe. Let's try that. Nope. Nope. Not going to work. Do I just pull the oil filter head off of it and get that out of my way, and then I can just reach right in there, and that would remove the turbo pressure line out of the way. What are those 13s? Maybe I'll do that. Would that make a little bit more sense, maybe? Let's do that. Let's pull the oil filter housing off of there. It is being, what am I looking at here? Because now I'm looking at that. Now I'm looking at that and it looks like a 15, not a 13. Let me guess, is there one back in the hole back in there? Why, yes there is. Yeah, I'm going to be requiring another extension there. Get that loose. All right. And you gotta take the, say, should come out of there. One of these must have not come all the way out or something. Yeah. Okay, oil filter head's out of the way. Now I can get my hand right in here and take this loose. Get some of this grain dust or something there, right in there in the way, where it can get in the whole oil gallery and everything and destroy everything. Must be another wire somewhere that I am not seeing. They've got a wire on the back of this thing. Look at the shit these guys do. There's two of them on there. So let me put I'm gonna have to pull the filters off the filter head. Put the filters on the filter, pull the filters off, and then unhook the wires on it. Okay. I'm sure there's some things that I could do better, or sequence of things, but if you did these every single day, I'm sure you'd have her down pat. But I don't. I make do. I don't want to hear the labor pains. I just want to see the child. Okay. Now, there's them sensors right there. Now we can unplug them. I was trying to leave the filters on it, and it's just one less thing you didn't have to take off, and maybe you could just change the filters when you stick it back on there, but of course that did not work out as I anticipated. Golly. You put this back together. Damn it. Okay. All right, now I can finally get the oil filter head off the damn, or fuel filter head off of it. Okay. Pain in the butthole. Your pain in the butthole. Okay. Brackets, wires, things. Yeah. A lot of shit going on here. Okay. Get this harness off this thing. What do we have here? More brackets. Lots of brackets. There's no shortage of little brackets on this thing. Okay. So, where is the keeper at? Boy, that's really convenient there. Wow. I mean, you got this web on the block, and it's just kind of... You gotta be kidding me, dude. Some of the stuff that you see, it's almost beyond belief. Somebody would do something like that, you know, and engineer something in that fashion. Or not make some kind of like adapter to where the sensor came out here and screwed onto it and you could actually unplug it without damaging it. I don't know, man. I don't know. You kind of wonder sometimes, are the colleges really turning out our brightest individuals? Okay. Are these people really that sharp? And you wonder on this engineering thing, that are these guys just, you know, are they just letting the computer do most of the design work and the articulation and math on it? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this bracket here, I'm trying to remember. Remember I dropped a bolt and I just found it. It fell down there. I'm trying to remember where it went. This little bracket here, I remember where it went. Okay. This little bracket here actually bolted down on the harness to here. So I'm just going to put it back on there. It's just one less thing that I'm trying to, when I'm going back together, that I don't know, where in the hell did that go? Okay. It's on here. I'll just have to unscrew a couple bolts, put it back on. So, let's see here. Okay, never mind. Okay, I got the wiring harness off. All right, there is an engine under there. I told you. You didn't believe me. I told you there was an engine there somewhere. Okay, well, I'm gonna clean things up a bit and keep on going with the disassembly process.